Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to an exciting, riveting, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master propaganda hero, like defender of the fatherland. Off here to a 1v1 on Taranto Coastline. Yeah, we're finally off the road to Tunis. There's actually like grass, and it's kind of green for once. So, in the south we got here 101st Airborne, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Here with the 15th Panzer Division in the other end here. We got Elpern fighting for the British Army and the Commonwealth of 4th Infantry Division, pushing onwards through Sicily. So, there's yet no big pick here. We got Mechanized, the Breakfast Course, and Luftwaffe Battle Group. One day we'll have more than these battle groups to look at. As for Elpern, we got immediate choice of Indian Artillery Battle Group, by far the most popular one. Punished on the west side here. We got Canadians on the way here for our German player in the south. We got, of course, the bunker sort of watching across here. Puny heading westwards. As always, a big hearty thanks to my patron supporters. Big thanks to Andrew for donating, if I haven't mentioned that one, but I'm just going to use that here. Full squad there of 6 men, equipped with the venerable Karnat TK bolt action rifle. The Germans, by the way, once they sort of disarmed the Italian army, would end up with a lot of Carcano rifles, though they wouldn't really use them due to logistical issues, though towards the end of the war they'd actually start converting some of them towards using 8mm Mauser ammunition, which basically turned them into like one-shot, single-shot rifles, since the rounds couldn't fit with the magazine. It's a little funfair there. More Grenadiers here so far, though, for 101st Airborne. Heading north with the Grenadier, planning towards some field point. Steady advance here. Steady. I do love these kind of uniforms. They look proper for once. Proper. So, thumbs up to right there for finding with some proper Grenadier uniforms for once. We'll be going for more Grenadiers, machine guns. I've been noticing there's definitely also a pattern, at least for now, of Company 3 players going hard on the Grenadiers here. Partly though because some can, of course, go hard here with the Assault Grenadiers. Going pretty offensive there for Das Vaterland, though not all do that. So, shown on the western side of Taranto Coastline, some players do have a tendency of sort of just beelining for this point, and you'll notice in some matchups on this map, it tends to focus heavily in the particles the shortest point between the two bases, and there's a victory point there. Meanwhile, most players tend to be a bit less comfortable about the north side, so interesting to note here. 3 Grenadier squads out here so far, though, for 101st Airborne and the 15th Panzer Grenadier Division. First engagement around the center, we've got an infantry section here. Note the Grenadiers here have the height advantage, meaning I believe they get something like a 10% bonuses against the chaps down when there. Pioneers versus Sappers here. Grenadiers being rushed southwards here, though of course it's quickly going to assist the Pioneers versus the Sappers. As the Wehrmacht in particular, you do have demand for your Pioneers, as they can die very quickly. As I've discovered, and many other Wehrmacht players have discovered, they die a lot. There you go in the south here, Grenadiers squad mixed around with 2 sections here up north here. Meanwhile, trying to catch the Sapper section here to prevent us fueling victory points here. So the Grenadiers here basically force the bait, act as bait here for the attention. We've got a 4th Grenadier squad here, the 101st Airborne. That is a lot of Grenadiers here committing hard to the frontline Truppen of the Wehrmacht. Sappers there routed. I'm saying also a map like this, the MD42 could perhaps also be a bit tricky to utilize to its full effect, due to the way the terrain works. Straight for the car point here in these small... Is that others? Oranges? I think that's an orange object. Anyways, charging in there for Das Vaterland up north. You've got 2nd Grenadier squads here. So far, though, leading in hard for the fatherland here with a lot of infantry. Elpern, though, will likely also be going for a lot of infantry. North here, flanking around the section here. Got maneuvering here by 101st Airborne, catching up with their bit out of position with the Grenadiers so far. Striking hard here and there. Grenadiers pursuing up here. Sectioning up. So the question is, what will 101st Airborne sort of do from here? Go for more Grenadiers? Will he take up fast? Will he, for example, consider upgrading some of the Grenadiers to Panzer Grenadiers or Jaegers, depending on which of these 2 structures he goes for? There's certainly a lot of sort of thoughts out about that. Heading for the northern field point. Yeah, sort of steady advance. He's around the building here. The section is holding out for king and country. For the king! How about we don't die in the first place? Oh, shut up, Karens. You're always such a dullard. Flanking up round here, going for the field point as well. There's some pretty aggressive attacks here so far. Saps they're caught low on health, though. Elpern may want to consider some healing here in the near future. Grab northern field away there from the British. But overall, I do think 101st Airborne has been playing sort of fairly smartly there. Again, he's been avoiding, shall we say, the shot trap here, the kill zone here, and it's sort of just been focused more on the northern half of the map. So thumbs up there so far. Of course, he needs to be careful around here, since at this point, Elpern could start to threaten cutting off his resources entirely, at which point it doesn't really matter how much he's got up north. There you go. Elpern is, in fact, going for the few card point here. Nice aggressive play by Elpern, but also, crucially, nice aggressive play from 101st Airborne. I remember it was a 2v2 play in Camden's too, but I've noticed definitely there's a lot of them who actually transitioned to 1v1 play, which I find is interesting. We got the Panzer Grenadier Company here, though, for 101st Airborne. No commander yet, or battle group yet chosen. No battle group yet. I mean, again, Breakthrough could sort of work for this, unless you're planning to again upgrade a lot of Panzer Grenadiers, in which case, I mean, oh, we do actually have a battle group choice. It is Luftwaffe Ground Forces. Interesting enough, we're not seeing any fighting Pioneer, which are very popular for reasons. Reasons which will likely get them nerfed. So, let's just settle on that. But it does beg the question, what is our friend's game plan here? Is it the Fallschirmjäger? Is it just the air support and everything else? I mean, there's certainly quite a few considerations here, but there you go. Panzer Grenadier Company almost done here for the 15th Panzer Grenadier Division. And he's pushing forward here. Their bolt action route flank to the rears there. He could, of course, at this point already start, like, you know, transporters here, start switching out some of the Grenadiers for Panzer Grenadiers. That's exactly what he does here. How long does this take? Let's actually, like, just briefly watch here. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 8 seconds, roughly, basically. 8 seconds roughly it takes, I think, for a Grenadier squad to be switched out with another something. So that's a Panzer Grenadier squad. It does technically mean the Panzer Grenadiers suddenly become very expensive. We're talking, I think, something like 430 manpower, but at the same time, it does allow you to sort of go for these more Grenadier heavy builds and then transition into something a bit punchier. So, you can sort of look at however you want to. But either way, though, we got some Panzer Grenadiers out here, though, for them. We got anti-tank rifles at the Elpern sections. We haven't seen any training center upgrades there, which is also one reason why the British are so powerful. They can go for a lot of sections, boom, upgrade, and suddenly your German opponent is not having a great time. One anti-tank rifles up here. The boys anti-tank rifle, Pioneer spot them in the side. You know what? They forgot their tools. Ach, my God, Ludwig, we are so clumsy. Yeah, we are so clumsy. Let's go over there. And not only is he, like, transferring units, he's actually going for another Panzer Grenadier squad, so I guess, interesting. That means he goes for a lot of infantry, though. Arguably, he's going to go for Luftwaffe, and maybe there's a misclick, but then you'd kind of think he'd actually go for Fallschirmjägers as well, because those guys are pretty good, too. So there you go. Panzer Grenadiers holding up here with a Sturmgewehr 44, or possibly the predecessor, the MP43-1, which is basically the earlier assault rifle. So that actually puts 101st Airborne in a total of 5 infantry squads, 3 Grenadier squads, and 5 Panzer Grenadiers. I suppose the interesting part will be the actually going to, you know, merge Grenadiers with the Panzer Grenadiers. I'm not entirely sure what the game plan is for 101st Airborne so far. But there you go. Panzer Grenadiers up close to the tank hunter section. They are quickly routed. Panzer Grenadiers do perform quite well versus the British forces, which is why they're actually popular there. So that's something to consider there. If you're up against a lot of British players and you're the Wehrmacht, Panzer Grenadiers can be a great option. Of course, you could also try with the Fallschirmjägers. That's it. Yeah. I was about to say here, if he's going to go for that many Panzer Grenadiers, he absolutely, though, should go for the Panzer Grenadier Officer Quarters upgrade, because that gives them veterans who run rapidly, which obviously gets them an immediate small bonus, the mechanized assault, which is quite good, and of course helps them get to the higher levels of veterancy faster. So, I mean, he's already got 3 squads of them, so I would be a bit surprised, not in a great way, if he doesn't upgrade them. Still, Elpern here feeling the rate of wrath here of the German army so far. 15th Panzer Grenadier Division certainly leveraging its great infantry reserves here. And for those wondering what is the difference between a Panzer Division and a Panzer Grenadier Division, well, Panzer Grenadier Divisions were basically just motorized infantry divisions, despite what the name hints at. And had, you know, a full 3 Panzer Grenadier regiments, but only 1 Panzer Battalion. And typically that Panzer Battalion was actually made up with Stugs, though they could occasionally have Panzers. So, little fun fact there. Little fun fact. But the ain't enough, you actually get Luftwaffe battle group for both the infantry reserves, which makes his troops cheaper to reinforce, which is obviously not bad. But it also, in this case, he actually doesn't go for the Flak 8, it goes for the LG-40 Recoilless launcher. Interesting. And really fascinating choice here by 101st Airborne. I mean, obviously, again, we're early days and all that, but, you know, it's quite interesting nonetheless to watch here. And there go Panzer Grenadiers here, and of course the Grenadiers could always, during the fight, merge for the Grenadiers to replace losses. North here, Sap has been run down by the Grenadiers and the Panzer Grenadiers as well. But still, I would strongly urge the Panzer Grenadier officers' quarters if you're going for this many Panzer Grenadiers. I mean, honestly, even like one, but, you know, 3 squads? You absolutely want it. Yeah, absolutely. 7 quarter Grenadiers and the Panzer Grenadiers here. Wiped. Excellent kill there. You also got the medical station up there. Could also theoretically go for a medic bunker, which works like the Company's 1 medic bunker. I do believe... Yeah, he's actually dropping an anti-tank gun there. These, by the way, the LD-40s were just used for the paratroopers because they needed something, you know, lighter. This was before the whole, you know, Panzerschrecks became a thing. Rough grenades here, point-blank range, but there go 2 Panzer Grenadier squads. There's a bunch of anti-tank sections and drone sections. Not really great there for the British forces. One, they're gaining Veterans 1 already. And he's rushing straight ahead here for the Panzer Company. Certainly highlighting the great field control here that 101st Airborne has been able to, you know, execute versus Elpern. He's able to go for both the Panzer Grenadier Company and rush ahead, though. I still think you should go for the Panzer Grenadier officer quarters. Almost getting wiped in Elpern. And almost had it there. Really good bit of luck there for Elpern. He avoided a total annihilation there. So I imagine it's going to be the Grenadiers recruiting it here. Theoretically, go for the half-track to use that one, but I don't think it's going to do that. Do not think it's going to do that. So all the way there, going to pop in. At which point they only cost 60 manpower to reinforce, by the way. But the gun crew here is significantly more expensive. Twice as much as that, though. That's because they're actually being crewed here with Fallschirmjäger or Fallschirmpioniertruppen. Interestingly, actually. Interesting. But, you know, certainly more flavorful. I do like that. All the way, though, again, a lot of infantry, and again, crucially, a lot of Panzer Grenadiers. I mean, this infantry blitz here from 101st Airborne is definitely leaving Elpern reeling. And I would not be... I mean, one option Elpern could have gone for would be like armored cars. The Humber could have been like a great way to throw off his opponent. But I would also not be surprised if he's just going to go for Crusader tanks, because those are quite good, too. Bunny's about to get wiped out here, though. Got the Grenadiers punch moving forward in the tank hunter section there. They got the Veterans 1 bonus, making them much better versus unit in the open. Drive Grenadiers to the advancing troops. And the Pioneers go wiped. I mean, no surprise there, they get wiped a lot. Any veteran Vanguard player could tell you that encounters for your Pioneers are gonna die a lot.
You have command points available.
North here, the Grenadiers caught on their own here. Grenades off here, the number 69 grenade, which is actually a percussive grenade, meaning it can't detonate it on contact. Fun fact, by the way, for those unawares. And yes, it was literally called the number 69, so... I'm not making that up. Up here, big British infantry assault here against the northern flank of the 15th Panzer Grenadier Company. Or 15th Panzer Division, 6th Panzer Grenadier Company. Getting reinforced here by a nearby Panzer Division. Panther falls on the way there. Yeah, interesting choice, they just rushing straight ahead for the light infantry gun. Stukas and Fallschirmjägers. Again, part of me is surprised we haven't seen like any immediate choice of Fallschirmjägers. They are quite good. That and of course the lack of any Panzer Grenadier Company officer quarters there, though. Certainly should upgrade this Panther 4 there. Anyways, heading hard here close to the base of Elpern.
Victory point is under enemy control.
Elpern there, of course, also crucially keeping good control of the victory point, ensuring that 101st Airborne here doesn't gain too big of a lead over him. Elpern's going to get the same kind of sections here. Quickly routed. And here's Pioneers heading out here. Really can't get over just how good these Grenadiers actually look. I mean, in the previous 2 Companies games, they just always kind of looked off, but here they look right. Damn it. Adding the penalty machine to the Panther 4 here.
The enemy has taken a victory point.
Up north here, Panthers the Sappers here. Sturmgewehrs versus Den Guns.
Victory point lost.
Dashing in the Panther 4 straight into an anti-tank grenade here. We got the anti-tank from the side armor here. course, would be an idea to upgrade with side skirts to help make them, I guess, slightly less effective. The ground anti-tank rifles seem to, like, penetrate anything, so it's not like armored anti-side skirts that would help a lot. But it's the thought that counts, I suppose. It's the thought that counts.
Sector now under enemy control.
Anyways, line to tank moving forwards here, backed up by the Panzergrenadiere. Fresh pioneers out there, also very good. No upgrades yet. I mean, it could be just wants to, like, turn out as many Panther Forces as possible. There you go. First British tank arrives, and of course, is the Crusader Mark II, equipped with a 2-pounder gun. Panzer moving forward here, catching the tank hunter section here with a Sturmgewehr 44. And again, I feel like if he'd just gone for, like, fast Panther and officer quarters, Zommer's Panther might be better. There you go. Line tank sitting up here. There we go. Good shot there. Basically a recoiler's rifle, as they're known. Panther moving forwards here. North Grenadiers pass moving in. They're going to send northwards as well here. Going to swing for the Saps here, backed up the Pioneer. Panther moving forwards. Catching the tank in the section out in the open. Shoots whiffs. Panther moving forwards here. Good shots down the frontal armor. Panther the Panther will cause a big problem here for them. Rifle grenade off here. Quick retreat here. And he's routing the sappers up north. I'm guessing it's going to be more Panther Force here, though again, getting the Veterans 1 bonus would also benefit the Panther Force. Faster Veterans 1 and focus fire. Faster Veterans 1 bonuses, and of course, faster access to the later stuff there. So, something to consider here for on first. There you go. Elpern charge across the field here. A massive advance here from the 4th Infantry Division. Catching the entire crew there in an absolutely horrendous position there. Routing the entire lot there. Crusader charging in there for King and Country. Can't go for another Panther 4 now. Certainly shot an anti-tank weapon here. Panther 4's awaiting repairs here. With just one Pioneer Squad, by the way, it actually takes a while to get repaired. The Pioneers are finding actually a bit slow at repairing stuff. Anyways, quickly reinforcing the anti-tank, and he needs to get back in the fight. We got the tank on the second back. These treat the Panther Grenadier Squad. One obstacle to consider is using the mechanized assault ability, allows the Panthers to rush in, but also makes them harder to hit. Panther caught him, charge the Crusader tank here. Yeah, he's kind of scattered out his forces here, allowing his opponent to get a quick wipe there, and the treating Panther Grenadiers here. Bit risky now, of course, for 101st Airborne. Going for some Starstruppen. That is a nice choice here. Geballte Ladung on the section here. Trying to get the Panther to safety. Need to rush his troops up there westwards. Meanwhile, he's just busy grabbing northern resources, trying to starve Elpern here. Which honestly isn't a half bad idea, but at the same time, he needs to be careful these doesn't get like rushed down by the British. This is quite an intense fight. Crusader rushing forwards here. There you go. Massive horde of British force there. Crusader going for the Panther 4 here. At this point, he's probably best off going for focused fire here to just increase his chance of knocking out the Crusader here. Good shot from line for gun there. Need to pull back the Panther 4 here.
Territory lost.
Starstruppen need to catch up with them.
We have a surplus of command points.
Can go for another Panther 4. He could also be planning the Sturmpanzer, obviously, but yeah, I think a Panther 4 is going to be necessary just to help deal with these Crusader tanks otherwise. There's also option B, which would be to go for support elements and start going for Sturmworks. Starstruppen going for the section here. MG42 there ripping through them. Holding back the Panther all the way up here. Grenadiers moving about here, just denying Elpern his fuel there, actually. There you go, grenade assault here. Absolutely wrecking the lowest floor there, the house there. Poor bastard gets home to that. Dealing with the force up north here, Panther 4 is in a bit of a hot spot still.
Territory sector lost.
Crusader tank here, getting some good kills in here. And he's about to get wiped out, actually. That's going to be another great kill. We can see that the line to tank is trying to catch up with it, but it's not quite going the way he wants to. Starstruppen there, sloping out, needs to go into heavy cover. Their covers by have been ruined there by the anti-tank rifles. Panther Force just hiding all the way up here by the slopes. Second Panther Force arriving here, tank on the section, quickly wipe no retreat here. Panthers need to go up to support as well. The Pioneers, we got I'm on the move here. Almost got the tank on section. There you go. Could catch here the anti-tank. Oh, the Crusader with their light tank gun here. There we go. Almost had it, but there you go. Panzerforce, the other Crusader tank here. And the tank attack drives behind. Oh, goodness. Other Panzerforce moving up. Panzerforce on fire. Line to tank and they're knocked out. Crazy stuff here. Infantry's just busy trying to both catch up here, but also get back all the lost terrain. Forgot about the Panzer in these needs.
We are losing control of a sector.
Need to fix out that Panther 4, and the crucial part here, not only did he lose the Panther 4, but he also failed to knock out any of Elpern's Crusader tanks. Again, we're sort of heading into that, particular, shall I say, Soviet math problem. Which is like, you lose one tank, that's going to be tough to replace. You lose one tank, it's going to be tough to replace. And if they do not lose any tanks, you're quickly in for a lot of trouble. So it's definitely a bit of a tough spot here for 101st Airborne versus Elpern. He's also gone in for another Panzer Grenadier squad, interestingly enough. Part of me would have expected more Starstruppen, actually, some more elite, or again, the Fallschirmjägers. I'm really surprised at the lack of them, but I guess he either doesn't have much faith in them, which is interesting, or he just really prefers having a 5-man squad. But again, I can't help but circle back to the, lack of a Panzer Grenadier Officers' Quarters upgrade. Or, the Panzer Officer Quarters upgrade. That's another story. Panther 4, they're fixed up. Should be careful about sending in on its own too quickly here. Starstorms in the tank on section here. Veterans 1 gained. We've got the Crusader rushing forwards here. We got Crusaders, plural, rushing in to treat the Starstorm. I'm guessing it's next. Oh, he's gone after the Sugaleuter here. Yeah, the Starstorm there caught out in the open. Unsupported here. Easy prey there for Elpern's Crusaders. Oh, painful. And again, that might be what ultimately prefers the Panzer Grenadiers, as they are a 5-man squad, increasing the chances of not getting immediately turned into paste by a couple of advancing Crusader tanks. But Elpern, I think, is also really making good use of the terrain here. I'm guessing another Panther 4 in a few moments here from our Germanic opponent here. We got 386 and 29. He does have a good victory point of Elpern, but again, the main issue I think that's really facing right now is just the growing number of Crusaders. It's also worth noting Elpern isn't upgrading to the Mark III. He doesn't care about, the extra damage and, the higher penetration. He wants the higher rate of fire, it would appear. Till he called in the Panther with the Academy, or the anti-tank in there. But that is interesting, worth noting here what Elpern actually seems to prefer. Just the raw firepower here. North here, Panthers caught in with the tank on the section. Bit of a nasty trap set up. We got basically the victory point covered from 2 separate buildings here, making it very difficult to sort of grab. He needs to clear out those buildings first with Panzer Grenadiers, and the problem is he's got none. And there you go, right into the Crusaders. Now the Panther already here. He needs to counterattack. He needs to destroy some of these Crusaders soon, or he's going to be in a really, really bad place. And I'm not talking Baden-Baden after dark. Definitely a challenge here, though, for 101st Airborne. There you go. Might be able to front clear out one of those Crusader tanks here. There we go. 1 Crusader down. 4th Infantry's going to retreat. Report that one back to Monty. Sorry, sir. We lost one of the tanks. Good lord. Yeah, the Germans kept shooting at it. Bloody Germans. I know.
We do not hold any victory points.
Bloody rude. Panzer Norfolk's here. Fixing up the Panzerkampfwagen, so they're taking quite a few dings there from the British forces. Tank section going for the northern field point. I mean, one option you could also consider would be going for anti-tank guns, but at the same time they are pretty slow here, which might be in some regards why actually prefers this light infantry gun, because a light infantry gun, but light anti-tank gun as it is somewhat more mobile than the Pak-40. And it's why the Panzer Grenadiers, or the Fallschirmjägers had it back then, Bomb grenade off here. Woo, Close one there, but I think there's a good chance the Panzers should be able to wipe them out. Yep, there's a wipe on Elpern. 4th Division has to report back a catch as well here to the Germans. From the Germans. Anyways, Panzer close to SC2. But yeah, I'm guessing he's just going to, like, churn up a lot of Panzer IVs. I mean, he doesn't have to go for those officer quarters upgrades, but I do find, as a Wehrmacht player myself, they tend to be rather beneficial in some respects. They do tend to be beneficial in the longer run. Reinforcing healing here. Pulling out the Panther Force here, steadily. Panzer Grenadier pushing forwards. He's got a lot of them. 3 squads there. But yeah, it's going to be another Panther 4 here, I imagine. Panzer pushing forwards here. Crusaders engaging the Grenadiers, pushing them back. Panzer forcing the Crusader tanks here. Crusader down here. Excellent kill there. 101st Airborne. Sunny Elpern is down 2 tanks. Germans, well, they did lose 1 tank before, but suddenly again the math is going more the way up 101st Airborne again. Honestly, part of me thinks he should try and push a bit more aggressively in here while he still has the advantage locally. Let's at least support his Panzer Grenadiers. See, there we go. Actually, 2 gain on the squads here. 15 Panzer Grenadiers hitting those Tommies hard. There we go. Going hard in, but there you go. 17 pounder gun there. A big surprise here. Panther 4's a high risk of getting knocked out here. Can he get it out there? No, he doesn't. And the 17 pounder there stretched the Panther 4. Now we got a Matilda tank out here of Elpern as well. This is a rather astoundingly awful turn of events here for him. And we got Sector Artillery called in. He's just slamming all the frontline sectors here. With intense artillery fire, he almost wiped a northern Panzer. But yeah, another Pioneer squad wrecked, and that's the 2nd Panther 4 knocked out. A grievous turn of events here. 101st Airborne's looking like, you know, things were going his way, and now he suffers another wipe. Good God. Certainly makes you wonder if a medic bunker early on might not have been a good investment to help make up for some of these casualties. So quite heavy stuff here. Matilda tank, they backed up a tank on a section, they're pushing back the Panther 4. Shot bounces there, flies right off. Definitely a tough spot to be in here for 101st Airborne. Elpern is slowly turning the corner now. Despite a rough opening here. Very rough opening. Could try and breach the building here, force them out to the open. Against the Willingham and other Panzers covering up here. That would certainly be my suggestion here. I don't know who's going to do it. If he's in a way you can breach, I don't know. Maybe he isn't. That's certainly what I would have done now, just to breach the building. Force them out to the other chaps here and just get them that wipe in there. Or at least maybe there we go. We do get a breach here. There we go. They're quick to disengage here. Making the build to the German infantry. British tank arriving here. Sonny's forced away here because he's got no anti-tank support here. And there's a lot of angry Englishmen about here. Panther 4 there being pushed back into the fight here. Another Panther squad wiped here. Really turning up here for 101st Airborne actually. I mean that just... Those sudden rapid heavy casualties of Elpern really just annihilated 101st Airborne's like advantage like it was, well, yesterday. Crusader tanks going in here. Go. More artillery support called in here. Really bad spawn there. Go flanking the Panther with the Crusaders. And he just doesn't bother upgrading them. He's just relying on the speed to like just get past the Panzer's frontal armor and knocking them out. And there you go. GG. Game over. Quite the hectic match here. Quite the hectic match. I mean, really good play initially there. But again, I feel like he just slightly failed to like fully leverage his advantages. Which again, you know, Panzer going to the officer quarters early on could have been quite a significant advantage. Later on, Panzer officer quarters. I think that would help him in certain circumstances here. Or, you know, maybe some factory makers. Again, there's a few sort of like edge cases there I think that could help him out a bit. But still, very interesting fight here. But also just the way that Elpern used to make really great use of these Crusaders things is also like worth learning from here. So I hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment. Consider supporting the Propagandacast by pledging on Patreon or donating my PayPal. Links in the description. Or if you're just thinking, yeah, this game looks pretty sweet, you can buy it through the link in the comments. Use the code CoH3. This is Imperial signing off, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye!